Ready?
Yeah. All right. So like I said, inside the generator, there's 250 amp breakers feeding emergency power to either one of these transfer switches. I'm not going to open the switch up, obviously being 480, but just a visual look. Source 1 is normal utility. You can see that it's available and it's connected. In the event that the generator is running, source 2 will be lit. If it's transferred over, then it'll be connected. Right now you can see source 1, we've got 501 volts coming through the system right now. Normal power is fed from here. Okay. You just might want to show them where the normal breaker.
AT1.
Okay, right there. Okay. Yeah. So ATS 1, ATS 2. So those are the breakers feeding normal power through the switches. Where is the breaker that is feeding? Go ahead.
Okay. Before you get confused on this ATS actually feeds to that disconnect. Okay. Then to the transformer and then to the big panel. Okay. And then that takes care of your 3 low voltage panels. Okay. That takes care of this low voltage panel here and the one in 145 and 153.
Right.
Okay. And then that ATS feeds back over to here. To that panel right there.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Tim. That's wrong. It feeds to this panel.
Okay.
I'm getting confused. That's your high voltage. This is your low voltage. That one, you've got one feed for your high voltage, and then you've got 3 high voltage panels. The other 2 feeds from there. One to the gym and one to 145.
Okay. Out of the high voltage panel?
Yes.
All right.
Gotcha. The breaker that's feeding power out to the.
That,
I just want to make sure they know where it's at.
It's RP1. You got RP1. It's in this conduit here.
Okay.
And I think it's 3 and 4 or something like that. 3 and 4.
Okay. So you got separate circuits.
Yes.
Okay. So sectors 3 and 4 in that panel. There's 220 volt circuits going out to the generator. One's feeding the block heater. And the other one's feeding the battery charger. So in the event that for some reason you don't see power out there on those devices, come here and check.
Then here's your remote number.
Oh, okay.
Grab that table. It's like that way.
Okay, so this is the remote annunciator. So this is connected straight to the panel out at the generator. In the event that something is actually going on, that's what they're going to hear. Is there a lot of people in and out of this room, or people? Okay, you can hear. Okay, all right. So if there is an alarm going on, all they have to do is hit reset alarm, and that's going to acknowledge the alarm. It's not going to really reset anything until actually the event gets taken care of. In the event you come through here, this is just good status. 3 solid green lights, you're good to go, no issues. If the line power light is actually flashing, all that means is that you've had an event and the generator's transferred over and you ran on generator power for some time. So it's just a visual cue. All you got to do is hit reset and the alarms will go back to solid green. Those alarms down here, those 3 are just pre-alarms that, hey, someone needs to come check me. It may get an event where I'm not going to be able to start. All these red ones are situations where the generator is locked out and it's not going to run. So it's definitely got a situation needs to be taken care of.
So in the event of a power outage, generator comes on, that's going to be buzzing?
No, it only does if it's running. It's just you'll see gen power will be flashing.
Okay.
Nothing. If it's just an outage and the generator started and everything, there's no audible alarm for that. It's just, you'll see that generator run flashing. It's just more of it's a warning system if there's issues because it's running life safety lighting and stuff that someone needs to address me. I'm not sure the two, and it's been a while since I talked to that guy. I'm not sure, do you know the 2 points that's tied to the building automation? I can't remember. It's been a long time since I talked to that guy, so. It was a couple different points that's tied in the building automation system. Maybe gen run and a general, I think gen run and then maybe a general, just a general alarm, I believe. So you may check with the
That
building
sounds
automation
right.
guys to see what it is.
Remember, I got that for those guys, and I can't remember what it was.
Yeah.
So that's gonna show up on our,
Building management system, through your heating and cooling system.
Okay.
They're monitoring 2 points out there.
okay.
Yeah.
Let me ask the question, when this thing kicks into run, power outage, and then it all goes back into normal, it cools down, everything cycles, it still stays in alarm. We always have to go to the generator and turn it off and right back on, then when we do that, everything clears. I don't know if it's supposed to do that, or,
I wouldn't think so.
No, do you know, is there a particular light lit up that's doing it?
there's a red light lit up, but I can't remember which one it was.
And it could be, we see this, those 2 circuits that's feeding power out there, is it backed up by the generator? Okay, so I'm gonna guess here, probably, I'm about 99% sure. And it's not really nothing more than I don't wanna say it's a nuisance, but if, it's not required, but if that circuit feeding the battery charger, so what happens, so it transfers?
That's what it says battery.
Okay,
On
so.
the screen now.
Okay, so what it is so the power's lost, generator starts. There's an alternator out there that's charging the batteries. So, but since it's not backed up, there's not power going to the battery charger because it's not on a panel, it's being backed up. So the generator's seeing that there's no battery charger. So it's a safe way to think that making sure because that's one of the most critical things is the battery charger. So it's just saying that I am not seeing voltage to the battery charger. That's why you're having that alarm. So that's why you're having to go out there, because to clear it out there, you're right, you have to turn the unit off, back to automatic, and it clears that alarm.
So, with a power failure and the generator running, the generator's not sending power
It's
to
not
the battery
then,
charger.
yeah, correct.
It's coming from the alternator.
It's coming from the engine alternator. It's charging the batteries while it's running. It's just not seeing 120 volts from here to charge it through the battery charger.
So you're saying when it runs and everything normals up, you've got an alarm in here, or just when it's running?
No, it's the generator that's in alarm.
Yeah.
So we're
And
gonna
it-
have on Monday. well,
No,
we're gonna
it's
test, right? It's
just
gonna
in
be-
that would be just in the situation if it transfers.
Okay.
If we lose power.
If you lose power, you'll see that. If it loses power, you're gonna have to go out there and do what he said to clear it, because I've had to do that a
What-
couple times.
What's the chances of us getting that power rewired over to the emergency panel here? Low voltage.
I mean, I don't know how to answer it.
It's gonna lose it for a second.
I got you on video, so be careful.
Yeah, it takes, because
We-
How long does it take an alarm for it to?
We can talk about it later. I'm not terribly worried about it. We
It still might
just,
set the
something we
alarm
need,
off.
something we need to remember that if we have a power failure here, we're gonna have to reset the alarm in the generator.
How many seconds is it before the power comes on when it transfers?
About 7 or 8,
So-
less than
Yeah,
It's
10.
enough time to still set the
It's-
alarm off out there,
It's
correct?
down around 6. It's
Six
quick.
is it
It's
down
quick,
to 6?
yes.
Is it? Pretty quick. That's quick for 200 natural gas. That's fast. We got to be under 10 to be under code. So yeah, it'll probably, yeah, within that, time frame, it's gonna start
You'll-
squealing.
You'll get reminded to go out there and turn it off, cause it
Oh, I
sits
hear
there
it.
On
buzzing.
cold days, it might get close to
Yeah.
8, 9, but on a
Yeah.
good warm day, it's 6.
It's-
It's quickest one I've ever seen.
That's quick. That's good. That's quick. So yeah, it's just part of the NFPA 110. If it loses battery charger, it must enunciate. It's just because
Just
the
don't
battery
want to
problem,
do
it's
it.
not going to start. So that's why they want to.
Well, one way it's gonna do is gonna let us know we lost power.
Well, that's the
Yeah.
only thing the only time it would come in is if we actually have a power outage. On a exercise, we don't exercise with load, so it won't go off.
Actually, that might be a good thing. You come in on Monday and your generators run a couple hours, you'll know what that is.
Yeah. I guess we'll also get the HVAC.
We'll get a history, yeah.
We're gonna get an alarm with our building automation.
All right.
Is that the only enunciator panel?
Yeah.
I wish we didn't have that second one at the high school.
Yeah.
It's a nuisance.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this, is that enunciator got any battery backup in that itself, or is it
No,
fed
it's
off
just-
the generator too?
Yeah,
when
it's
on?
coming. Yeah, it's coming
Okay.
straight. It's getting its power. It's getting its 12-volt power from out the batteries at the generator.
You know, this building's got more of a load on it than you realize. With all the emergency lighting plus the cooler, freezer, condensers and stuff, so it's getting, I'd say you're getting close to 60, 70 amps on load run anyhow. Maybe more than that. Yeah, I'd
Probably
say
the
it
only thing
is.
helps is the LED lights, that helps.
Yeah, it helps, but I mean, you got 10 circuits in the gym that's, loaded with LED.
Cause you're gonna have the startup of the refrigeration that's gonna draw a load for a second and
Any more questions? Everybody got my card that needed? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'm gonna stop recording if we're done talking.
I got